editing. What's up, guys? Hunter.
My name is Alec T.
I'm Sam.
And we're going to be talking about our initial thoughts for the new movie Suicide Squad. We haven't seen it yet, but I think it's actually going to be pretty okay. What about you?
What we want it to be, what I want it to be is I want to like the characters and I want to see more of it. Because this is supposed to tie in to the universe that they're building.
Affleck.
So I really want to like see this movie and be like, okay, I want to see this character from more movies rather than be like, okay, this character's in this movie, peace out, and then I'll see you in the next one, you know?
Oh, kind of like fucking, like in Batman v Superman with like Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman, how they're like, oh, we're here, we'll see you next video.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to just be like, I'll see if I have to, but I want to be like, okay, the Joker is cool, I want to see him in the next whatever he's in.
A lot of remember a lot of people like they were torn on Joker, like they were torn on Ben Affleck's Batman, like oh he's gonna be great or oh he's gonna suck. I'm holding hope. I'm waiting till I see the movie before I say he was okay, it was terrible. I just want to wait to see how he actually does it. I'm not going to be one of those people who judges him just because of the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
What about you, Sam? What do you think about it? What do you think it's going to be? What do you hope you get from it?
Pretty much what Alex said. I want to see good characters that I want to see in futures, but I'm looking for a good storyline. Like, I want something that flows nice.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm hoping that. Because I remember how a lot of people were like hating on Will Smith being Deadshot, but it's like that's a new take on Deadshot. I'm hoping because he's actually a very good actor. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm hoping that I do really like his Floyd Lawton, but I'm also hoping that they don't butcher Suicide Squad in any way, shape, or form. Because I've read some of the comics and they're really cool and they're pretty interesting. Like the whole situation where they get time off their prison sentence for completing a mission, but if they disobey, they get their heads blown off.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I just want to see, this is just me personally, I want to see a Scott Snyder kind of influence on these, on at least the Joker, just because I've heard he's in limited a part of the movie, so if, he has that kind of influence to make me be like, okay, I want to see more of him, rather than just oh, okay, I've seen this was Heath Ledger, or, something like that.
Or this was Jack Nicholson, or this was Cesar Romero, which it's not going to be because Cesar was very jokey because of, that time period.
I just don't want to be okay, I've seen this before, let's just go ahead. Because, with, I don't know, with, good guys, it's kind of predictable to know how they're going to be. Batman, he's going to be, he's going to have a sense of justice. Superman, he doesn't care as long as he knows he's doing the right thing, but with the Joker, I really want something different.
No, the Joker's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, he's all about chaos and making sure that he's trying to get everybody in on his joke. The whole world's a joke, and he's the only one who sees it.
I really want Jared Leto to have his own, though. I don't want people to see this movie and be like, oh, he was just being...
Oh, he was just Heath Ledger without the greasy hair.
Else. Yeah, I don't want that. I want something unique. I want something cool.
I also want a very good story. I really want to see what they do. I'm very interested. I've been interested since they showed the teaser of this movie last year. I was like, this has me interested. I want to know what's going on, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it's not going to be butchered in any way because apparently a lot of critics nowadays and. Rotten Tomato, they gave it a pretty poor review, but then again, it's critics, and they're paid to give out their personal opinion, and not all these critics, I heard someone on YouTube, I don't remember his name, he said one of five of the reviewers who see the movie before everybody else, they're probably that one person who actually read a comic book.
Yeah.
And they might have been that one who gave it the benefit of the doubt and gave it a good review compared to the other four who thought it was bad.
Yeah. Let the community decide rather than the staff. That's what
exactly, yeah. You gotta let the community decide.
Because you and I, we're big comic book guys. We have a fuck ton of comic books that we read.
And with the whole Batman vs. Superman thing, throwing it back, a lot of people that didn't read hated the movie. even like I do read, I still want to like the movie.
Yeah. Like I didn't hate Batman versus Superman, but
But it's got its flaws.
It was flawed
It was-
as
yeah.
fuck. There was just they crammed too many different stories into that movie, and that's kind of the one things I'm scared about with the Suicide Squad, that they might cram too much into this one, like they did with Batman v Superman. Because it feels like DC right now, they're trying way too hard to like be Marvel, and they're trying to push all these things together before building up this universe. Like it had, like they had already established Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and Hulk before they made Avengers. The only two that weren't really established, or they were, but they weren't established as deep as the other characters, was Black Widow and Hawkeye, who made little cameo appearances in Iron Man and Thor.
Yeah.
But with the DC now, they feel like it's like they're trying to play catch up, and they're not succeeding that well. When it comes to their animated movies, they're on top of the world.
On top of the world.
They're fucking amazing.
I love the animated movies. But I think about this time, I mean, I just really like to know what people think in the comments, if we're the only people that think this way.
Yeah, because like, I'm giving the movie the benefit of the doubt. I want to see it before I go, what the fuck did I watch? Because I did the same, like, 'cause I like to give movies the benefit of the doubt, like when I saw Transformers 3. I was like 13 when that movie came out, and I saw that movie in theaters. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? This sucks.
And then the fourth one came out, and you were just like, God, this sucks even more.
I didn't see that.
And then
I was completely turned off by the first one. Well, not the first one, the third one.
And that's not what I want to happen. I want
Yeah.
this universe.
I don't want that to
Be
happen in
good.
this one again, because the DC universe, like, I'm a DC guy. I do have some Marvel comics, but I was just more attracted to DC because they were more mature in their comics. They were dark, especially when it came to like the Joker. That guy was dark as fuck. He beat Robin to death. He crippled Batgirl. Woo!
I don't know. We're hitting that time mark right now, so I think it's safe
Yeah,
to
it's time
say
for us to get going and go see it. We'll
it's
give
time
our
to get going. Leave down your impressions if you've seen the movie in the comments. Let us know how you think. But we'll be back with a review after this.
keep it
Deuces cabooses.
keep it like civilized down there. We don't want to see people going like, "Oh, I thought the movie's good," and then there's like tons of comments below calling them a fucking retard. Be civilized, please. Remember, this is a free country. We have our own freedom of speech and our own opinions. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. I could think the movie rocks. He could think the movie sucks, but he's gonna respect my opinion, and I'm gonna respect his.
And then he can not even know what to think about the movie.
He'll probably fall asleep. He'll probably fall asleep. He didn't have much to say.
Alright, we'll see you guys in a little bit with our review. And have a good night.
We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so we're back from seeing Suicide Squad. And we're going to go around and talk about it, how we thought individually. We'll talk about like if we thought it was good or bad. If we thought it was good, what were our like favorite parts, favorite characters. And we'll throw it up there like what we thought was bad about the movie. And let's start off with Sam. What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. Yeah, I like the direction it went off into.
Did you have like a favorite moment, a bad moment that you didn't like, your favorite character from the movie?
Obviously, Harley Quinn's my favorite character.
She was a good Harley Quinn. She was a very good Harley Quinn. What about a bad moment? What did you think was pretty bad about it?
What do I think was bad about it?
Like, was there any scene that was just like, oh, I was just could have been done better?
You know, I have to really think about that.
Okay, we'll go back to you. What about you, Alan? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I really enjoyed it. It, like, the whole time during that last little segment of the fight, I was like, DC
Don't spoil it.
owns. I'm not gonna spoil it. DC owns rights to make Mortal Kombat comics, and
Waiting for them to make a Mortal Kombat movie.
seeing how it went, it's like if they were ever to make a new Mortal Kombat movie, it would kick so much ass. And if they were ever to make Mortal Kombat tie into DC, it would kick so much ass because everything, like the action in that movie and like the effects in that movie were so top notch that like while I was watching it, I saw it in panels, like if I was reading something. So if that was like its own story, I don't know if it's based off a story. I don't follow Suicide Squad,
I don't think it's directed off of any specific story, but it's just like based off the characters.
but I saw it as if you were to adapt that into a story, it would fit well. It had its problems. I feel like in some moments it tried to make Harley Quinn kind of like shove, like, hey, here's Harley Quinn, you love her, here, have her, and it's just like
Her titties and her booties.
she's the most popular girl in DC right now, so I can understand why. So it's kind of like Deadpool. Like Marvel's just kind of like, hey, here's Deadpool, here you go. But other than that, I really like. That's kind of like just nitpicking though, because I don't like to be biased or feed into a huge like fandom, like in terms of it just being a phase or a new trend or something like that. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm with both of y'all. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what movie those critics were watching, but if I wasn't a comic book fan, I'm sure I'd still like it. It was very good.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I did like Jared Leto's Joker. That was pretty cool. It was I like the new take they did on the Joker, and I guess we'll do like a spoiler review and we'll talk about that after this. But I did like his Joker. I thought Will Smith did really good as Deadshot. I liked how they didn't shove Batman in there as well. Like he was just like there.
Yeah, they
But,
didn't do it. That's kind of like how I feel like, because if you look at it, Harley Quinn is the most popular female DC character right now, and Batman is the most popular.
Speaking of characters, who was your favorite?
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sure it was Kitana for you.
Katana was badass. I really like Deadshot, but that's just because
Will Smith was a
I
very
love
good
Will
actor.
Smith, and he reminds me of
He's like
just
DC.
people that I grow up with.
I feel like Will Smith is like the DC equivalent of Nick Fury. Like how he was like Deadshot was white and now he's black, and how Nick Fury was white and now he's black.
It's just like now, I feel like people are starting to realize that comic book movies are the new, like, action movies. That's
Well,
the
they are
direction.
action movies.
That's the direction it's going in. So Will Smith's like, yeah, I guess I gotta be a superhero now. Other than Hancock.
God, he was a drunk in that one. What I did really like about it was that the Suicide Squad are composed of members who you're usually supposed to like hate, but I didn't really hate any of them. And honestly, my favorite character was El Diablo. I really liked El Diablo.
El Diablo was sick.
He was badass. He was badass. I really liked him. He was a good character too. I felt sad for Slipknot though. I'm not gonna say
That's
anything
worse.
about him. I'm not gonna say anything about him right now, but I did feel sad about him. Croc was pretty cool. He was pretty unique. Croc was pretty funny. That surprised me.
The one thing that I'd want to say about this movie to like anybody, like who hasn't seen it, who's like skeptical.
Skeptical?
Skeptical.
Skeptic.
There we go. About seeing the movie. It's not about one person. Like you have those movies that's like because Batman versus Superman to me felt like a Batman movie when it was supposed to be a sequel to Superman.
It did feel like honestly, I feel like they should have done their own independent Batman movie before Batman v Superman. Because I'm gonna be honest, Batman v Superman had way too much going on. They crammed in like multiple different stories. They crammed in like Batman versus Superman, Superman Doomsday, Justice League.
And I don't mean to like stray off to that direction. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah,
but like
and I'm gonna
this movie.
It stayed on one. It followed one direct story. It didn't like dive off into side stories.
And it develops each and every one of the characters, whereas like other movies, you have like one specific characters that's getting all this like input, when the other one's just kind of like, oh, I'm dry, I have 17 lines, like feed me.
Feed me, feed the machine. I did like that too. It developed the characters. Captain Boomerang was pretty funny. He was hilarious. Like Jai Courtney did. Like I feel like he did a way better job as Captain Boomerang than he did as Kyle Reese in Terminator Genesis. I liked him as Captain Boomerang. I liked Harley Quinn. I don't know the actress. She was very, very good. Jared Leto, I waited to see the movie before I judged him. I liked his take on the Joker. It was completely different than Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson. It was like, it was a pretty cool Joker.
I loved the Joker, and I like their relationship. I don't know if you consider this a spoiler.
We'll consider it a spoiler. We'll mention it in the spoiler one.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave it at this.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, we enjoyed it clearly. Honestly, I don't know what Suicide Squad the critics were watching, but that was a really really good movie. Like I'll definitely buy that movie when it comes out. I think like one of the bad things was like there's a slow motion part at the end of the movie, and it did feel like it dragged with Deadshot.
It
That
felt
like
cheesy.
It felt cheesy and it dragged. But other than that, it was really good. I loved the music. Every time the Suicide Squad came up, they played badass like 60s, 70s, and 80s music, and I was like, oh, this is badass. I just wanted to sing along. It was so cool.
That's kind of something that I liked, but I didn't like, because I felt like a lot of the cheesy parts and like the bad parts, they kind of put that cool music in to make up for, or like kind of
Like hide the cheesiness. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see what you're saying. Hell, it worked for me. I loved it.
Yeah, it works. But
It worked.
like just me watching it, I was like, I feel like they're putting this really cool Black Sabbath song in there to kind of take me away from
Oh, here's Queen.
some like Harley Quinn
Here's AC/DC.
ridiculous lines. But it was cool. I liked it.
I did like that they kind of gave Harley a Yankee accent because Gotham City takes place in like New York.
Yeah.
Like I can spoil this because it's in the trailer when she breaks open that
I
window.
liked that about Joker too. He kind of has
I
that.
kind of had that too. Like Harley when she broke the window and she's like, "We're bad guys. It's what we do." It had that Yankee dialect. And I'm saying that because I'm from the South. I'm not a hick. Just the South.
I'm from Boston.
There's a Yankee for you. All right, so like,
Fuck the Yankees.
okay. To the point. If we had to rate this out of a 10, what would you guys give it? Sam, what would you give it?
Let's go like this.
I'd give it a 9.
9? Wow, 9 out of a 10. See? What about you?
I do 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there about an 8.5. Like, it's really good. I'm gonna be honest. I think DC's actually stepping up from like Batman versus Superman because
Yes.
that was way better than Batman versus Superman.
It was enjoyable.
It was very enjoyable.
the whole time.
Like you said, the music just got me hyped up.
That music got me going. I think the only thing that I was funny before the movie was this trailer for what Girl on the Train.
Yeah.
They played Woman So Heartless in slow motion. How could you be so heartless? It's like, what the fuck? Speed the song up. I know this song. We're gonna do a spoiler review if you want to watch it. We do recommend you see this movie. We clearly really, really liked it. You guys have a different opinion, and we respect that. I mean, if these guys hated it, I said this before, if these guys hated it and I liked it, I respect that. I'm sure that if I hated it and they liked it, they respect that.
And we saved our opinions of the movie for this right here, so we weren't all just trying to make each other happy with what we were saying right now. We weren't compromising
Yeah.
and like
We-
feeding each other opinions.
when
This
the-
is all how we feel.
When the movie ended, we all stood up in the theater and looked at each other and said, "I want to talk about this, but I want to wait till we get home."
Took the longest piss of my life.
That was a pretty long piss.
Big bladder. I was
Scrunched.
I was fucking around.
I'm guessing that you were holding it in during the whole movie.
The whole movie, everybody gave me their water.
Oh, that's right, I did because I ordered a Pepsi because they didn't have Coke. And
But this is beside the
yeah,
point.
that's beside the point.
Spoilers coming next. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. My name is Alec.
I'm Hunter.
Sam.
We'll see you next time.